right, welcome back, everyone, for another episode of Top 10 Toys. This is my rundown of the top 10 toys, value-wise, given different subject matters and themes and toy lines, characters, etc. This week, you guys voted on the weekly poll, and you decided that maybe because the movie's coming, you guys wanted a top 10 toys based on Deadpool. So that's what I have for you today. We're going to be looking at the top 10 Marvel Legends Deadpool figures specifically. Hopefully you're enjoying this series as well as everything else here on this brand new channel called Toy Informer. Make sure that you comment down below. Let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions. Give me some feedback. It is all appreciated. And while you're doing that, please make sure that you like, you subscribe, you hit that alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends so we can keep growing this tiny little channel. And while you're at it, if you guys haven't given Whatnot a try, now's your chance. First-time users, you guys get $15. Using my link below, you get $15 for free to spend on whatever you want with whomever you want. No strings attached. Buy whatever you want with it on your first purchase. Not only will you help this little channel here, but you will also get yourself something nice. So you really got nothing to lose by giving it a try if you haven't already. And with that said, I'm not going to keep you any longer. If you want to see this week's list, we're looking at Deadpool, and we got an interesting one for you. So just hang on for a few seconds after the intro, and I will be right back. All right, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into this week's list and take a look at some Deadpool figures. Starting off with our honorable mention. First one up, we have this classic look. Deadpool, couple of heads. You got a taco, you got extra swords, bunch of weapons, a couple of pistols, a knife, holsters for all this stuff. You even got a bazooka with a boxing glove. That's kind of fun. This comes from the Marvel Legends line from 2016. This was part of the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure series. And it doesn't, just misses the list here as an honorable mention. But look here, you can see like one of the pistols in the holster there. You got a grenade there on the side. That knife goes in the little knife holder down by the leg. The katana's right there in the back. Speaking of the back, we'll turn them around so you can see all the where these things get held in the holsters, etc. This is a pretty well done figure for all intents and purposes. This thing cost about $20 when it came out, in 2016. So that was the price and going rate for a while there. And, it's a little bit more expensive these days. But for a while, $20 is what a figure would have cost you from, the Marvel Legends series. And like I said, you got the taco there and you can swap out the head. And this figure sells for about an average of just over $41. So it doesn't quite make our top 10, but still not a bad return on a $20 purchase. So if you have one of these, you can get yourself about $41 or so. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty close. Also right here in the honorable mention section, we have yet another Deadpool figure. Yes, these are all Deadpool figures, so buckle up, get ready. This time out, we've got this figure here from the Legacy Collection. This is a bit of a newer figure. Newer figure, mind you, but still can get you a nice little premium. This is from the Legacy Collection, released just this year. Pretty well done. He looks like the movie character as far as the costume goes. Once again, you got holsters and all the extra weapons that attach to the figure, which is nice. You even get a little unicorn. If you've seen the movie, you get the unicorn, and his affinity for unicorns. You got the katanas in the hand. You can pose them however you like. A lot of accessories here as well, with a few options for the hands. And there you go, another set of weapons. I know the unicorn's kind of blocked by my honorable mention logo, but you saw the unicorn before. Plus, for $25, and that's what they're going for these days, the Marvel Legends figure. That's going to get you a little bit of a smaller return, but about the same price as the last. And if you're missing that unicorn, we'll get one more look at it right here as we see him cuddling up with his favorite stuffed little pal. But another just over $41. I mean, it clearly is right there with the other figure at $41.21. This is a $41.34 on the average. But this one would have cost you $5 more. So your return would have been a little bit less than your 2016 figure. But like I said, it's got the movie stylings. Both figures are pretty well done. And not too bad if you can find them. But those were our honorable mentions. They aren't on the actual list. So let's get into the actual list, starting off with number 10. And number 10 is the retro carded figure. I love these. I love the old Toy Biz carded aspect of these. It reminds me of those old figures, but yet they do it with a new twist, considering they're larger figures, and they give you all these extra accessories and weapons. I mean, look at all the weapons you get with this figure here. Plus, the sword's already packed in the back. This, again, is on the retro card. This thing came out in 2019, so it's only a few years old. It's not that old. Bright red pops of color on this. So this kind of calls back to the original Toy Biz figure. I don't know if you remember that one. I probably should have mixed it in here, but I wanted to focus in on Marvel Legends and not jump to like Hot Toys and things of that nature, because then we're really getting into different, they're not only things being equal. So I didn't want to mix and match that way. So we're just doing the Marvel Legends stuff for this one, but we can always come back to this topic later down the line. There's a lot of different toy lines going through the past decades that we can cover. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But with our number 10, this Deadpool retro figure, again, here are the weapons. You get a clearer look at them with that white backdrop. And you can see you can choose what you want in his hands, etc. You can even pose him running. And yes, this one also would have cost you 25 bucks on that retro card. But much like the last figure, you'll get just over $41, almost $42 here on the average. So this one will get you $41.79. So yeah, it's just edging out those other two to make number 10 on the list, but it still edged them out. So this one gets that 10 spot where the other two on the outside looking in. And yeah, like I said, it's a pretty cool figure. More on the comic booky side of things rather than the last figure we looked at was more movie inspired. This one is definitely more comic related and going back to that 90s look with the brighter colors and the paint job on the costume more so than the modern look with the textured outfit, etc. But still really cool. Now, number 9, we get a little silly. So with number 9, we're going to go on the more silly side, and we're going to get Deadpool from the Sauron Build-A-Figure series here in his boxer shorts and his slippers. So, yeah, goofy grin. You're still getting weapons. You're still getting a pretty big Build-A-Figure here, but yeah, you get no pants, though. So you get Deadpool with no pants. This is from 2018, so Deadpool in boxers. Like I said, it comes as part of that Sauron Build-A-Figure series. And again, you can pose him however you like. Granted, he's only got one sock, but it is what it is. It's on the sillier side of things, so you can embrace that, pose them how you like, and like I said, embrace that silly side of things, and you get that that grin, that signature grin here. This would have cost you 20 bucks when it came out, and these days this goes for a little more than 45. It's a 45.72 on the average sales here. So not a bad return for something that probably would have seen on the shelf. Like, why am I going to buy this? He's in his underwear. Hey, things are collectible. People like to collect all kinds of different things. All right, so with that, we'll move on to our number 8 figure. And it is, yes, it's another Deadpool because that's what we're doing. Just like last week, we did Wolverine. This week, we're doing Deadpool as the movie is dropping next Friday. So in less than a week, this movie will be in theaters. So yeah, we'll see what we move on to after this. Maybe I'll put up another poll. You guys can decide. But before we get to that, let's get into number 8 here. And this is another pretty cool figure. This one is more based off of that Deadpool 2, the second movie. He's got that more ashen grayed out look because you remember at the end of the movie, he got all kind of covered in the ash and dust. So that's the look that we're going for here. So it's almost like a little bit of a nod to that Uncanny X-Force look where it's the gray and black instead of the red and black, but not officially that outfit. This is, again, he's covered in dust and ash, etc. Selection of weapons. This came out in 2021 along with that second movie. A bunch of weapons here, a bunch of hands you can choose from, but still pretty close to that other figure we looked at in the honorable mentions, but just sort of repainted and recolored in that more muted ashen kind of look here. But still very, very posable. The weapon selection is a little bit different here. And yeah, for another 25 bucks is what it would have cost when it was purchased. But now this thing goes for a little over 60 bucks. So 62.50 average sales at number 8. Yeah, we're jumping up here on our little price list here. So we were hanging around there in the 40s for a while. Now we're up to 60 bucks already. But some of these are going to be, you'll see why they're a little more expensive, including our next selection here at lucky number 7. It is Deadpool on a scooter. And you got a fun little extra accessories along with that. But yeah, Deadpool core You're getting a squirrel, you're getting the dog, and dog pool, and you're getting a scooter. So from 2019, this came as part of the kind of vehicle line that they had. They had, I think, a Wolverine with a motorcycle. I think we had a Ghost Rider. I think they even had a Squirrel Girl who had a scooter. So I think they repurposed, for the most part, the Squirrel Girl scooter in this case, and Deadpool gets it. Definitely more of a comic booky look than the last figure again, which was more movie inspired. But here you got the dog, you got the squirrel, you got the weapons. Pretty cool. A ton of extra little stuff here, a bunch of stickers, so you could decorate this scooter out however you like with all of these extra little stickers and like bumper stickers, etc. Some Wolverine slashes and whatnot. Even got a looks like Hydra Bob head like along with this. You got the katanas with their sheaths. A lot of fun stuff here with this figure coming in at number 7, and this would have cost 40 bucks if you would have bought it brand new. So the MSRP on this would have been 40 bucks. And yeah, that's a solid price, but you're also getting a vehicle with a couple extra little tidbits. And out of that 40 bucks, you'll still get a nice return, as this one edges out the last one at 63.33. So the other one was 62.50, 63.33 brings this one in at number 7. And like I said, it's still a fun look and still a fun little figure. But more in the line of 2-packs. Our number 6 is a 2-pack, calling back to the movie with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And she has more of that Deadpool 2 look, as does Deadpool here. So this is also from the 2019 line. It's a 2-pack with Negasonic. You get to choose, their accessories, heads, all that kind of extra hands. I mean, not heads, extra hands here to choose how you want to have them posed. A lot of accessories here. As you can see, also, you get the unicorn. So if you want that unicorn, you get it here. And you even get some little bit of power flashes on Negasonic there to kind of hint towards her power set, even though that is well underselling what she is capable of. But still, kind of fun. Again, you got the $50 price tag on this because it is a 2-pack. So at this time, these were 25 bucks a piece. So yeah, they're going to charge you 50 bucks. You're not getting a two-figure discount at all. So there it is. But again, this is from the second movie, so her haircut's a little different. Yeah, I mean, the articulation is a little bit wonky here, and a little bit weird. You can see like the joint on her neck, which is not the most appealing look, but maybe don't turn her head that far and you hide that. I don't know. And then also you can see how when you move her leg, like the costume doesn't align as perfectly. I mean, it is what it is. This is still much better than anything we would have had when I would, a lot of us are the same age as me. I'm in my mid to late 40s now. Our old school toys weren't as cool as these. Kids today are spoiled. Granted, these are much more expensive by comparison, but with inflation, it's not that far off. And they're getting a lot more for their money. I mean, we're talking 6-inch figures as opposed to little 3 3/4 we got back when we were collecting our G.I. Joes and Star Wars figures. But with all of that said, 50 bucks would have been the buy-in, and this set can get you about $66. So this little 2-pack, yeah, it's not that high. We don't rank this list based off of cost to value. Like, it's not that cost increase because, to be honest, finding the retail prices on a lot of these things, it's not an exact science. There is no exact database that will go back and tell me what the Marvel Legends series what they cost in different stores in 2006, because even amongst the stores, the pricing was different. Walmart was cheaper than, say, a GameStop, etc. So pricing wasn't always equal. So I'm going to put the prices in as best that I know and the best information that I have, but don't take that as an exact thing either, because depending on stores, and stores have sales all the time. It's not, apples to apples comparison. So that's why I didn't want to do like a price value to cost ranking system, just overall cost. This is what this would cost you. If you want to go buy one of these today, it's going to cost you about 66 bucks. That's the average sale price. So that's where the ranking comes from. And now that we got that out of the way again, let's get into the top half of our list with number 5. And number 5 is yet another 2-pack. Yeah, well, these cost more, so they're going to end up on the higher side of things. But here we have Deadpool with Hydra Bob. And this one is actually an exclusive because we are mixing some exclusives in with the regulars, because otherwise, I don't know if we'd have enough of a list. Because some of the lists, there are a lot of Deadpool figures. I know we're doing 10 here, but there are way more than that. And a lot of them actually sell for less than cost. Like, there's a lot of figures that sell at a discount. So not all Deadpool figures are worth money. Don't get that that thought in your head like everything's worth money, because it isn't. But here we go with this exclusive. This was at San Diego in 2023. This is Deadpool with Bob, Hydra Bob, and bunch of stuff. I mean, you got the Hydra case there. That's kind of fun. This is more on the comic book side of the design. You can see here the whole pile of accessories that these guys have mixed in. And some of it's like the repainted bazooka, but now it's, baby blue and pink. And you got like the little lightsaber type of swords. A lot of weapons and accessories here with these two. So the two of them, a lot of hands for Deadpool. So you can do, you got nunchucks, you got some little blades, you got a bow staff. Like I said, the pink bazooka, Uzis, all kinds of fun stuff. $50 for this would have cost you at the convention. But today, average sales go for about $83, $86, so just under $85 for this pair. Not too bad. And again, definitely very posable. And look what you can do with the hand. You get peace signs, thumbs ups, all kinds of fun stuff you can do if you were to open these up. I know not everybody opens up their toys. A lot of people keep them sealed in boxes for collectability, resale, etc. But if you decide to open them up, you got a lot of options. All right. Up next, I mentioned the gray suit, the Uncanny X-Force suit, and that's what we got at number 4. There are more than one of these out there, but this particular Uncanny X-Force version here, it pretty much is a repaint of the figure from before. I mean, the head mold's also a little bit different, but you can see from the accessories with the taco and some of the weapons look very similar to what we had on another release of this. But this was actually from 2017 as part of the HasCon releases. Hasbro kind of did a little online sale convention. It's kind of what Walmart's doing these days. All of the stores kind of have their own little special things, like their own little conventions, but they're online sales, special releases, exclusive figures, etc. But in 2017, the Uncanny X-Force Deadpool, as you can see here, with that light gray and black setup. Bunch of accessories here as well. Some fun stuff. Again, you get the taco. You can add the blast feature on his weapon. This would have cost from that HasCon about $20 in 2017. Like I said, pretty cool figure. I like the the kind of grimacy look, very expressive for wearing a mask, as Deadpool is all times. But $20. This one goes for almost 87. So $86.95 is what you can get for this particular exclusive figure. Yeah, not too bad. All right, for our number 3, getting into the top 3 here, we are going to go back to an older run, one of the earlier runs on, the Marvel Legends. We have Series 6. We've got the comic included. We also get dupe included. So this is the Series 6 Deadpool from 2004, going way, way back. Not as many weapons as you get these days, or you don't get hands or head swaps. Well, actually, you do. I should correct myself. I'm going to say you don't, but you do. You do get a head, and you do get the size. So you can have a maskless Deadpool or the masked version. And see, swords on the back, holster on the side for the weapons, and you get dupe. This would have cost only about $7. Like I said, depending where you bought it, $7 to $10 was kind of the cost for Marvel Legends way back when. And not only did you get 2 figures with all these weapons at the time, you got a stand and a comic book for $7. Could have been as little as $7 at like your Walmarts, etc. Like I said, GameStop might have been a little bit more. Could have cost you $10 there, depending where you're getting your figures, or even if you got them at like your LCS, because sometimes they didn't get as good of a discount as some of the bigger toy stores might have. So yeah, that said, about $7. And this particular, I don't want to call it a 2-pack. Dupe is just kind of a throw-in. But for this particular figure, this will get you over $91 at $91.50 average sales. Not bad. Granted, that's 20 years ago now. So you had to sit on this for 20 years to get that return, but a nice return that it is. Moving on to number 2, we got another 2-pack for you. This time we have Deadpool teamed up with Warpath, his Uncanny X-Force teammate, from way back when. This was only at Toys R Us at the time. Toys R Us Fans Choice winner, so I guess this was a selection of at the time, but Toys R Us had a lot of these 2-packs exclusively with them. This one, like I said, has Deadpool and Warpath, so we can get a little bit of a closer look at them. This is from way back in 2010, so good bit of years ago. You can see the little Deadpool logo on the side of his rifle there. Pretty fun little detail. Pistol in hand, slide in that holster. Then you got your Warpath, bigger figure. He's got his blades, more more impressive stature there. So you're getting that bigger figure with the smaller Deadpool. They even had a repainted version set of this that's a little bit cheaper. So I wanted to just make it more of a side note, but there was a blue suited Deadpool with the red and blue original, the non-Uncanny X-Force version, like the old school look for Warpath there. This set goes for a little bit less. This one is maybe more closer to like that $50 to $60 kind of range for this set with the blue Deadpool. But the red suited and Uncanny X-Force gray suit, this set goes for about $100. And I didn't put a cost in here because I couldn't find a reliable at store cost for it. So I just completely left it off. I didn't want to ballpark guess it because I couldn't find anything that gave me a good idea as far as research goes. Because like I said, there's no solid information as far as the original retail prices on a lot of these figures because they quickly go to being aftermarket things. And that type of stuff is just not a good resource, not a good database out there that tracks it. And then I'm sitting there looking at a bunch of pictures, trying to zoom in to see if they got price tags on them so I can see what the price was actually there on the price tags. But these didn't have any. So I didn't give you that estimate. But with that said, and that explanation aside, we've got one more. One more. What is our top Deadpool Marvel Legends figure for our list? I know this one's going to be a little bit of a cheat. This could have been considered a cheat too because it's a 2-pack, but our next one really is a cheat because this is a Marvel Legends release, but it's not exactly a figure. And what I'm talking about is the Deadpool interactive head. Yes, they had an interactive, talking, moving, twitching head. You pick it up, it'd talk to you, it'd say stuff. It had a bunch of program things, 600 lines of dialogue inside this thing. It's app enhanced. You could use your phone to mess with it. Expressive movements, could make faces at you. Was not meant for kids. Was not meant for kids. This thing, the interactive head, again, it's a Marvel Legends release, just like the helmets that they do now, with the lights and whatnot. This came out in 2020. So 2020, 4 years ago, this is our number one because, well, it was expensive to start. I mean, I think it was like $100. Just again, giving you a couple more looks at it. You get that kind of costume texture kind of feel, which is kind of cool. It did take batteries. I think it took 4 double A's down here and down the bottom. So you had to, put the batteries down and below. And yeah, like I said, it moved and talked. You could put it anywhere you want. You could have it on your table. I think there was an image with it in the fridge. You can just be hanging out with your own Deadpool head friend. Not to be confused with Headpool. That is a different character. This is just an interactive Deadpool head. And like I said, costs $100, but goes for $208 plus on average these days. So had you purchased one of these bad boys, you would have doubled up your money. Not too bad. And with that all said, that is our list. Those are the top 10 Marvel Legends Deadpool figures or Deadpool releases from Marvel Legends that are out there. Thanks for stopping by and checking this out. I will have a ton of more lists that we can do with this. We have some Transformers Generation 1, the reissues. We can go back to the original figures. We can do the original G.I. Joes, Thundercats, Visionaries, Crystar, Rock Lords, the Supernaturals. You remember them? Jace and the Wheeled Warriors. Tons and tons of stuff I really want to get into, and we can do lists hopefully forever because I love talking about this stuff. Hopefully you're enjoying it too. Hopefully you're enjoying this series as well as everything else on this channel. Like I said, keep telling your friends so we can keep growing it. And yeah, I'll see you soon with another top 10 toys next week. All right, later.